Welcome back to another episode of Diomosaurus Mini Painting. In this week's episode, we're going to wrap up our talk about lava bases by making flowing lava bases. Let's get to it. In this video, just like the prior two lava base videos, we're going to use two different techniques to achieve our intended effect on the bases. Both techniques involve building up the effect over multiple layers, so it's definitely more involved than the other bases, but it's not necessarily more complicated. That being said, they do take significantly more time, but I think the effect is worth the payoff. Let's check it out. The first thing we're going to want to do is to create a cork base like we've done before. Now if you're saying, wait a minute Diomosaurus, I've seen that other base before, you can't fool me. You're absolutely right. If you're going to make more than one of these, you definitely want to batch out each step of the process, and since the techniques I've shown all have various similar steps, you can go ahead and get a lot of different ones started together. This next step is going to be a little bit different than any of the ones we've tried so far. We're going to need a bit of baking soda, PVA glue, and optionally a reddish-brown paint to serve as an undercoat. We want to mix the baking soda and glue roughly 1-to-1 and then add a few drops of the paint to dye our mixture. Go ahead and stir that up real good. I had this idea after seeing Ribinator use the technique to create snowdrifts on bases. If you've never seen his videos before, you're definitely missing out. I'll put a link in the sidebar to his snow bases video, but you should definitely check out the rest of his stuff, especially if you've ever had any interest in making your own dice. He's a certified dice goblin and has tons of helpful videos on the subject. Now with everything mixed together, we're going to start layering this onto our base a little bit at a time. You want each layer to dry completely before the next one is applied, or they'll sink into each other and spill over the edge of the base. Now to speed up the dry time, you can use a hairdryer. Once the outermost layer has solidified a bit, you can start adding the next layer. Repeat this process until you've got something you're happy with. If you do want to create some more interesting textures in here, you can add small bits of cork to quickly build up areas. We're going to use our tried and true method for painting this base. Start by putting a dark brown color on the rocks, and then building up from a red to an orange to a yellowish orange, and then finally a bright yellow for the highest highlights on the lava. You can see here I also came back with our dark brown color and colored in areas where the lava may have started to cool already. If you didn't get any paint on the sides, that's it. Otherwise, get that base rim a nice coat of black paint and you're good to go. For our second technique, we're going to be using Podge's Dimensional Magic. This resin-like product works fairly well to create texture that can be layered just like our baking soda mixture, albeit at a much smaller scale. Using the same colors we've used before, we want to mix in a bit with the Mod Podge and start building up our layers. These could be any pattern you want them to be, and just to prove that point, I went ahead and made 2 of these. Just like with the baking soda mixture, you want each layer to dry completely before you add the next one. You can continue building up as many layers here as you like until you get something you're happy with. For the first base here, I did think it'd be a little weird to have a model stepping down into hot lava, so I went ahead and had some cooled areas on top for the model to stand on. I'm not sure I like it, but it is what it is. On my second base here, I attempted to use some Bombay inks I had instead of acrylic paint, and I can't say that I recommend it. I'm not sure if it's because they're over a decade old, or just don't mix well with Mod Podge, but regardless, it just didn't have the vibrant color I wanted it to have. And that, internet friends, is a series wrap on lava bases. It's taken us a little while to get all these videos out, but we're done now. We've got a ton of different great looking lava bases and a ton of different ways to make them in the future. I've got something fun planned for these coming up soon, and I can't wait to share it. And that's it. That's all I've got for lava bases. If you think I missed anything, don't tell me because it's too late now. I'm just kidding. If you have any good ideas that I've missed along the way, suggest them in the comments below. Maybe we could try them out in a future video. If you like this video and want to see more hobby content, like and subscribe. I'll be back soon with some more fun videos. Until then, stay safe and don't forget to hobby, internet friends. See you next time.